Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome dear students. This is Miss Layla Al-Jihani. Inshallah today we will continue our unit 1, okay, from our new book. Today we will cover two lessons, lessons 7 and 8. Today we will cover about you and the conversation. Before we start, let's recall and review what we covered in our previous lesson. In our previous lesson we covered the listening. We listened to a conversation between two men, and there was a misunderstanding between the two. Okay, we explained the misunderstanding, as we can see here. We explained the misunderstanding and we wrote a summary of the misunderstanding. Also, we covered the pronunciation. We noticed how we pronounce the tag questions, the rising intonation of the tag questions, okay, and I explained how we pronounce aren't you. We focus at the tag questions, the second part of the tag questions. Inshallah today, by the end of our lesson, you will be able to use tag questions to clarify misunderstanding. So we will do something similar to what we heard in our listening. Do you remember the listening? So we will write something similar. We will do something similar, okay? Also, we will respond to tag questions. You can agree to these questions or you can disagree. Also, we will be able, inshallah, to answer questions based on a given conversation. You will hear a conversation and you will answer questions based on it. And you will be able to use new vocabulary. We can find it in real talk. We will use the new vocabulary in questions and answers, okay? This is what we cover, what we will cover, inshallah, in our lesson. Before we start, can you open your books, page 6? Okay, page 6, we have about you. We have many questions. This is a speaking exercise, okay? So you have to find a partner and ask him or her these questions and listen to the response, and then you can switch roles. Let's look at the first question. Have you ever mistaken a person for someone else? It's similar to the conversation we heard in the listening. We have two men. One person, he thought he is an author. He is a famous author. He wrote a book. He told him, I need your autograph. I need your signature. You are famous. And he thought he is someone else. Have this happened to you before? Did this happen to you before? Have you ever mistaken a person for someone else? Tell us the story if this happened to you. One time I was walking in a mall and I caught a woman. I thought she's my mother. And I started talking to her. I told her, what do you think about this dress? So this has happened to me. I thought she is my mother. And she looked at me. She said, sorry, I don't know you. Okay? So this happened, I think, to all of us. Share your stories with your classmates. Number 2, question 2, have you read or heard about stories of mistaken identity? When I say mistaken identity, every one of us, we have our own identity. صح? I have my name, I have my nationality, I have my religion, so it's part of my identity. Mistaken identity, if someone else thought I'm someone, another person, another name, maybe another nationality. Have you heard about a story? Do you remember before in our previous lessons when we have the twin story? One, they thought he is his twin and they want to get him to put him in jail. He got, the other one was in jail and they thought he stole the shop. Do you remember? So this is, I think, an example of mistaken identity. They caught someone and they thought his name is Jacob, if I can recall well. So Jacob and his brother, actually, Jacob was in jail, and this person, it wasn't him, it was his brother. So this is an example of mistaken identity. Can you think about any other examples? I think I remember I saw a movie of mistaken identity. I saw a movie. I didn't hear any real story related to me, but I saw a movie about mistaken identity. Can you think about an example and share it with us? Okay. Question 3. Have you ever been to a garage sale or a street sale? Have you ever been to a garage sale? We talked about garage sales in our lesson today. This lesson, we said that, I showed you on the table a garage sale. We have bargains and these things. Have you ever been to a real garage sale? Yes or no? If yes, tell us, what did you buy? Okay, you bought what? Furniture. What did you buy? Give me another example. Old books, used books. Okay, this is another example. Question 4, have you ever bought something that you later didn't want? We said if you went to a garage sale and you bought, have you ever bought something, not only in a garage, anywhere? Have you ever bought something and you said, I wish I didn't, you don't want it, خلاص? Did this ever happen to you? Yes. Why? Why did you regret it? Why you don't want it anymore? Too expensive? You thought you don't need it? Okay. So tell us, what did you buy and why you said at the end, I don't want it. Okay. Now, inshallah, page 7, we will start now the conversation. Okay. You have a picture in front of you on your book. You have a picture of 2 men. They are talking. Okay. Can you tell me, where are they? Do you think they are in a hospital? No. Do you think they are in an airport? No. Where do you think they are? They are, excellent. They are, I think, they are holding books. So that you think they are in a school or university. Maybe this is where they are. And where do you think the people are from? When you look at how they look, do you think they are from Saudi? No. Where do you think they are from? They are foreigners. Do you think they come from Asia, from Europe, from America? Some of you said from America, some of you said from Europe. So we don't know. We will know, inshallah, when we read the conversation together, okay? Now let's look at the conversation. We will read it together and then we will answer questions related to it. Okay, can we read the conversation together? Let's hear it.
You aren't from around here, are you?
No, I'm not. How did you guess?
Your accent.
Of course. No, I'm from Ireland, Dublin actually.
My name's Ted Wilson.
How do you do? I'm Sean O'Brien. So, what do you know about Ireland?
Lots of Irish came over to the United States in the past, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And you speak Gaelic?
Yes, some Irish people do. They like to hold on to the tradition.
Is that so? So what are you doing in Chicago?
I'm an exchange student.
I'll be happy to show you around the campus.
Okay. We heard the conversation together. If you need to read it, you can read it. You can pause the video to read it. And I have these questions. Where is Sean from? You can skim the text to find out the answer. They told us, where is he from? He is from Ireland. Excellent. What city are they, the 2 people, in now? They are now where? You can find it here, actually. Chicago. They are in Chicago. So these are the answers. Sean is from Ireland and they are both in Chicago now. Okay? Now we have your ending. You heard the conversation. What do you think the ending will be? How do you think Sean will respond? He told him at the end of the conversation, he told him, I'll be happy to show you around the campus. صح? How do you think Sean will respond? He will say, that's nice of you, but I already know my way around. Do you think he will say that? Maybe. We don't know. This is your opinion. What do you think? Do you think he will say thanks? Are you able to meet me this afternoon? Do you think he will accept the offer and tell him to meet? Number 3, why don't you give me your number and I'll call you? Do you think he will say that? Or give me your idea. What do you think will happen? What do you think he will say? Can we meet for lunch around today? Can we meet for coffee? What do you think he will respond? Then you will show me around. Do you think no? He will say no, I have exams, I have to study. What do you think he will answer? Will he answer like this, or tell us your ideas, okay? Now let's look at the conversation again. If you notice, I highlighted here, and you can also find it on your book, the words in blue. As always, these highlighted words are the words from Real Talk, the box, okay? So when someone says, how do you do? What do they mean? It's similar to, how are you? How do you do? It's similar to how are you, okay? When you first meet someone, you say, how do you do? Okay, and another one, when you say, is that so? You say, is that so? Here, if we look at the before, some Irish people do. They like to hold on to the traditions. Is that so? It's similar to really, okay? Really, it's similar to that word, okay? I'll be happy to show you around. When do we use this one? Like, for example, if you are in school and you have a new student coming to your class, and she or he, they don't know, during the break, they don't know where is the cafeteria, or where is the library, or where is the head. They are new, they don't know their way around. You can tell them, I'll be happy, that's mean I will be happy to, that's mean I will be glad to, I will be pleased to show you around, to tell you the locations of the places, because you know you are there before that student, صح? So this is a phrase we use it, okay? So how do you do? A way to respond to an introduction. If someone introduced himself, how do you do? How are you? Nice to meet you, okay? We use how do you do the same way. Is that so? A way to show surprise. It's similar to really, to show surprise. You say, is that so? I'll be happy to, a way to offer to do something for someone. When you want to offer to do something, I'll be happy to carry your bag. I will be happy to help you around the house. So this is a phrase you use when you want to do something nice to someone else. Show someone around, act as a guide. You are like a guide telling them where are the places, okay? Now we have these questions. What is a common response to how do you do? If someone says, how do you do? How would you respond to that question? You would say, nice to meet you. You can also respond the same way, how do you do, okay? You can say, how do you do? You can say, nice to meet you. You can say, I'm fine, how do you do, okay? What is Ted surprised about? If we look at the conversation again, what is Ted surprised about? He is surprised. He is surprised because some Irish people, they like to hold on to their traditions. This is the thing he is surprised about, صح? And what will Ted be happy to do? Ted, he said, I'll be happy to, he told him what? To show you around. Excellent, to show him around. What do you think Ted wants to take Sean to see? What do you think he will take him to see what? To see the campus. Where do you think they will go through? They will go through, he will tell him where is the library, where is the cafeteria, where is the Olympics, where is the stadium, where is, he will tell him around the campus what he can see around, okay? So we looked at this conversation again. So these are the answers. What is the common response to how do you do? How do you do? Nice to meet you. Hello. You can respond like that. That some Irish people speak Gaelic. He was surprised about they speak Gaelic. And what will Ted be happy to do? Show Sean around the campus. What do you think Ted wants to take Sean to see? Places on the college campus, the lecture halls, the library, the gym, the cafeteria, etc. You can name anything you can see in campus, okay? Now about the conversation, we have these questions and we have to answer it based on the conversation. Question 1, where is Sean from? In Ireland. They mentioned specifically from where. What does Ted know about Ireland and the Irish people? Question 3, what is Sean doing in Chicago? Question 4, what does Ted offer to do? Let's see and answer these questions one by one. Here, question 1, where is Sean from in Ireland? You can find the answer here in the first part. Where do you think he is from? He said, excellent, he said Sean is from Dublin. He said Dublin actually, from Ireland, Dublin actually. So he said specifically from where. Now, question 2, what does Ted know about Ireland and the Irish people? What does he know? It is here, okay? They speak Gaelic, and what else? They came here over the United States in the past. These are the information we can get from the conversation. He knows that many Irish come to the United States in the past. This is the first information we found. And he knows they speak Gaelic. So we have these information, we got it from the text. Okay, question 3 and 4. 3, what is Sean doing in Chicago? He is what? Why is he? He said, what are you doing in Chicago? He is an exchange student. He is an exchange student. We explained before, what does an exchange student mean? What does Ted offer to do? He told him, I will show you around. Excellent. These are the answers for question 3 and 4. You can see it all here together. Pause the video, take your time to write down the answers, and let's move on to your turn. He wants you, we need you to write your own conversation, okay? So we saw the conversation between Sean and Ted, صح? Imagine that this happened to you and start a conversation with your friend. So you will work with a partner and write down similar conversation, okay? Start a conversation with a stranger, use the following expressions. So you have to use these expressions. You have to express your surprise. Is that so? We will use the words from Real Talk. You don't say, really? So these are the words we will use. Also, you can use, you aren't from around here, are you? These are expressions they want you to use when you write down your conversation. I wrote down this conversation. I have Maha is a new student. She is talking to Sarah, classmate. Listen to their conversation. So we have a conversation between Maha and Sarah. Maha, hello, how do you do? I'm Maha, your new classmate. So this is the first time she introduced herself to Sarah. Hi Maha, I'm Sarah. You weren't here last year, were you? So I used a tag question to ask and waiting for her confirmation. Maha, no, I wasn't. Sarah, I have been studying in the school for 2 years now. Maha, I was planning to go to the cafeteria. I think I'm lost. I walked around the yard, but I couldn't find it. Is that so? Here we expressed surprise. Maybe you have missed it. It's just near the library. Maha, I guess I need some time to know the places. Sarah, I'll be happy to show you around the school. Maha, really? That's so sweet of you. Okay, so I wrote down similar conversation. I used the expression to show surprise. I used tag question to as a practice, waiting for her to respond. You can write down something similar and practice it with your friend, then share it with your classmate, okay? So what did we cover in our lesson today? In our lesson today, we used tag questions, okay? And we had questions, and to clarify misunderstanding, we responded to the questions. We agreed or disagreed to the questions. We answered questions related to a given conversation. We had a conversation between Sean and Ted, and we answered questions related to it. Also, we use the new vocabulary to write down our own conversation, okay? Like I showed you with between Maha and Sarah. You have to do something similar and share it with your classmate. That's it for today. Thank you for listening, and inshallah I will see you next class.